Hi, it's Constant Angler. Just got myself a new reel, an ultralight reel. Want to pair it up with my chub rods, my LOF rods. Just looking for something small, compact and strong. Previously bought Ninja reels, and as you can see I bought myself a Ninja LT2000. That's a funny thing, I haven't been able to find out what exactly it stands for, but it's also listed as 18 Ninja LT2000. I don't know what the 18 stands for, but I thought I'd do a little bit of an unboxing to show you what I've got. So let's open it up and see what's in the box. In the box you get the reel. So tighten the reel handle up. There you go, you just tighten the screw on the right hand side. If left hand, you can switch it to right hand if you want. Ambidextrous, as they say. So you get your reel. Unfortunately, there's no spare spool anymore with the Ninjas. When I bought the Ninja 3000 and the 4000, they had spare spools with them, but they weren't the Ninja LT. I'll explain to you in a minute what the LT means. So you get your instructions and your parts diagrams. No spare spool, but it does come with 3 spare washers, so you can customize your line later how you want it. Normally they're pretty good out of the box, but you can customize them if you want. I'll do a video on that at some point. So let's put the box aside and let's have a look at the reel and see what our initial impressions are. Right, so it's a very nice looking reel, isn't it? The red, the silver, the black all go to making it look very I won't say pretty, but quite stylish. You know, Daiwa reels do look quite stylish. Same as Shimano reels, there's an element of style built into them, more so than maybe some of the other reels that you may buy. Yeah, particularly like the look of it. I'm not sure if it's a braid friendly spool, so you might have to put some backing on it. It does have some sort of sticker here mentioning it's an LT version and it has tough digi gear and all those kind of things. What's it feel like? Yeah, it feels pretty smooth. I've felt smoother. Let's just tighten the drag right up and then we can make a... Yeah, I felt smoother. I think it's a very nice looking reel actually. I do like the black and the silver and the red. Yeah, what else can we say about it? Is it solid feeling? Yeah, it feels pretty solid. As I say, it's not an expensive reel. You're looking at about £50 in the UK for this reel. So, you know, it's not going to be like your top end Certates or your Shimano reels that cost you a lot more. But will it do what I want it to do? That's what I'm interested in. So I'm going to do an unboxing today, and then after several months of use, I'll let you know and get on with it. I don't want to tell you to go out and buy it without me using it. So it's smooth, it looks lovely, it feels pretty well made. There's no real flex there in the body, there's no movement on the anti-reverse. You do have a back wind feature, you do have the collapsible handle, and you have a soft touch handle as well, which feels very nice actually, I must admit. Let's have a look at the drag. So yeah, that's quite instant, isn't it? It's in there. Can I lock it right up? Have a look. Oh yeah, it locks up pretty darn tight. I can go forever there in it. Yeah, a slight movement at full lock, but very smooth drag actually. The Daiwa wheels do, so do Shimano's. So yeah, you don't need a lot of adjustment on this to get the drag to work, which is something I like. Some reels, like the Pen Slammer, you need to loosen them right off like this before you get the spool to really move. It's a nice sound to it there. There's no ratchet on the reel. These sort of reels don't come with ratchets anymore. Yeah, it feels smooth. Quite impressed to start off with. So let's talk about some of the specs of the reel. Well, it weighs 7.6 ounces. Now, I haven't got any comparisons for you there, but it feels very light, like I say. They're marketing it on this LT principle. So this is an LT version of a Ninja. If I show you size wise, there's a standard 3000 Ninja BG. And you can see there's a hell of a difference in size there. Weight wise, you don't even know you got this one in your hand compared to that one. That does have line on it, and I've bashed it about for several years. But apparently with this light and tough principle, the idea was to obviously make the reel tougher and stronger and lighter also at the same time. They've been able to do this by changing some of the components, graphite bodies and things like that, and adding digigear, which apparently has made the gearing 150% tough. Well, no, sorry, let's say that again. It has made the gears tougher by making them last 150% longer than the previous versions, as in your standard Ninjas. As I said, it's got a graphite body. It has an ABS spool, and from what I can understand with that, it is coned towards the front, so the line comes off nicer. Yeah, don't quote me on that, but that's as much as I could find out about that. So something else that Daiwa mentioned is their air rotor. What do they mean by that? Well, this is to do with their bail arm. Basically, you can see this curved, arched appearance here of the base for the bail arm itself, what the mechanism is sat on. Apparently that helps with balance and smoothness of the reel when you're winding, makes things more solid and gives a stronger bail. It's got a nice positive click on the bail arm. I've never had trouble with the previous models of Ninjas, so you know there's no doubts there with it. You got your usual ball roller there, which seems to be moving smoothly. It's not particularly thick bail wire either. It's a standard sort of size, what I expect. I haven't noticed any difference there. So yeah, there's your air rotor bail arm. Little tip here, I always close my bail arms manually. It saves, it can put pressure by winding. I know they're designed to do that, more pressure on the internal mechanisms of the reel, the drive gear and things like that. So that'll make it last longer anyway. And also, when I'm using braid, as you'll see me mention a lot of times before, when I cast, I stop the bait before it hits the water, which tightens everything out. I then manually close the bail arm, which cuts down on wind knots, at the same time checking it's not caught up around the lip of the spool, and then just give it a little slight pull. That'll save you countless knots in your braid if you're using braid with these reels. Yep, like that. Apparently it has an ATT drag, which is, as I mentioned already, you're into the drag very quickly. So when a fish first pulls line off there, it happens more instantaneous. There's no stop and then pull, if you see what I mean. It's an instantaneous, smooth pull off a line, which is good, because if you're hooking a decent sized fish right under your rod tip, you want to use that straight away, and that happens a lot. You know, I hook some pike when I'm using, well, I probably will hook some pike when I'm using this for chub and perch and that kind of thing. So I want that, or I might pick up a big wrasse if I'm doing a bit of LRF, and I want it to be able to give lines straight away, because I don't want that line to snap. I'm using lighter lines. So it's smooth at the beginning of the drag and reacts very quickly. It's got a machine cut handle, don't they all, it's aluminium, and it's got a nice such soft touch handle knob. It has a gear ratio of 5:2:1, which basically means every turn of the handle, the rotor will go around 5.2 turns, and it retrieves 64 centimeters per turn, which is pretty good for a small reel. It has 4 bearings. Now, some people will say that's not a lot. They don't state what type of bearings they've got in there, but Daiwa don't put rubbish bearings in reels. They might put fantastic bearings in their top end models, but they don't put rubbish bearings in. So you don't need to worry about that. And it's not about the bearing count, it's the quality of the bearings that are in the reel. And I trust them because the Ninja has less stood the test of time, which is why I bought this. It's got, talking about drag, it's got 5 kilos of drag, which equates to 11 pounds, I'm pretty sure. And let's have a look at some gear ratio, some line capacities here. Hopefully we can focus a little on this if I turn it one way or another. It's tricky to do. So we've got 4 pound 0.16 millimeter is 150 meters or 160 yards. If you go up to 5 pound, which they're stating is 0.18 millimeters, you get 120 meters or 130 yards. Right. If you use braid of PE 0.6, that equates to 0.06 millimeters diameter, and you get 200 meters. So there's plenty of line capacity of what I want to be doing. I'm not casting 100 yards of this thing, so don't need to worry. I'm not going to hook a fish, or maybe I will, that will take 100 yards of line off my rod. I'm not fishing for something that might do that. But yeah, initial impressions, I'm very pleased with it. It sits nice on the rod, I can tell you that with the Ninjas. They fit into your reel seats nice. There's a nice distance between your hand on the rod and your finger. So if you're in mid-fight and it's pulling a bit too much drag, you can put your finger on and break the drag a little bit more yourself. So that's handy to know. You could use this reel. I would imagine it's quite versatile. You could use it for float fishing as well. Feeder fishing, I know the freshwater guys do. It's more coming from that sort of side of the sport. I shall be using it in both. So it's really going to get used and abused, this reel. And I'll report back after 6 months or so and let you know what I think of it. And see, you know, what difference. Is it a better reel, this LT? Does it last better than the original non-LT reels? Time will only tell, and you'll be the first to know. Thanks for watching. I hope that gives you a little insight into the reel itself. I can't say go out and get that reel to you. All I can say is hold tight, see what I think of it. It is a Daiwa, however, so it is of a certain standard. They do have a certain pedigree. So if you're looking for a small reel, do as I do, go and buy one. You know, you can pick up a deal for these and get them for about £42, I think. So it's a no-brainer really, isn't it? It's a Daiwa and it's £42. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you're really keen, hit that notification bell. It's really appreciated and helps me do more things like this. Cheers.